Hello everybody, this is potpotsie, and today I'm showing you another video on the changelog of 0.9.0 for the alpha build, which is getting very close to the end, everyone can tell, because of all the changes that are taking place. The game is becoming increasingly stable and preparing for public release for both iOS and Android. So I'm just going to be showing you alpha build 6 today. I'm going to walk around and kind of present some stuff to you guys about the actual changes here. So I'm not going to use a seed, I'm just going to do alpha build 6. I'll just name it that. What the bloody? Where's my 6? There we go. Okay. We'll do infinite and creative, and we'll talk about the changes. Again, I know this is annoying. I have to push back and then go back into the game to fix the controls. Oh, and my controls are missing because I was taking a screenshot of something, so I took them off. So anyway, here we are in the middle of some awesome place, I'm sure. So we'll start off by going bug fixes, tweaks, and then I'll tell you guys what bugs they already know about so that you guys don't send in too many reports. So the thing is, if 1,000 people report the same bug, they simply have to filter all of them. It just takes them more time. So we don't want to waste too much of their time, so I'm going to go over those things. So first of all, they fixed the crash when destroying a block under a rail. I'm sure many of you noticed this bug and really bloody hated that because it's really weird. But if you had a block underneath a rail, so which you have to have, if I were to place a rail right here, for example, and then break the block below. In fact, I can show you. I can't really show you it crashing because they fixed it, but basically if you had a block right there, let's say you had these rails, if you were to break that block below, the game would crash. So now that's fixed, so that's great. Certain things like that, those kinds of things have to be fixed before 0.9.0 goes public. So finding those little bugs is great. I saw lots of people who found that and reported it. The next thing is chunks now always update when the skylight changes. So it has to do with the lighting of the world and the time of day, which right now it won't matter because this is creative mode, and therefore it is always daytime at exactly midday. As far as I know, the sun does not move. So there you go. That is just great because you don't want to have weird lighting bugs when you're playing the game. I understand that there were some issues with vines, and that's the next thing we're going to talk about. It says vines now work correctly, which is obviously not very descriptive of what the actual issue was, but I can imagine they were not climbable and weird issues like that, which now are all fixed, so that's great. Drip particles no longer have a black outline, so I'm sure many of you have seen the new feature on MCP News or otherwise, where basically there's water on top of a block, or lava, the water or lava will have droplets go through the ground. Those do not affect you. The water will not affect you, and the lava will not kill you. It's just basically giving you a warning that there's lava or water above that block, so you don't want to break that. They made terrain rebuilding more stable under frequent updates, and they gave examples of TNT and falling sand. So frequent updates, in this particular case, they're referring to more physics-related things like TNT and falling sand. Mushrooms can now breed, which is awesome. I don't know if you guys have dealt with mushrooms much, but mushrooms, when I played the PC a long time ago, and the Xbox version, I'm telling you, those are my favorite things in the world. I would make these massive farms underground because they like to have the dark, right? The mushrooms grow faster in less light, but mobs also spawn in the dark light. So I'd use redstone torches to keep just a little bit of a low light. That way you can grow them but not have mobs spawning the crap out of everywhere. So now mushrooms can breed. So you can now grow mushroom farms, which is awesome. Great source of food. The status of the player is reset when he dies. Example, on fire. So in this particular example, if you were to die on fire, you would have spawned on fire, which is really annoying. So if you were to die on fire, you'd respawn on fire, which is really stupid because you have a new life, You shouldn't have to be on fire for that. The close button works on chests again, so now you should be able... I can't show you an example because I'm in creative mode, but in general, if you had a chest opened, you can now close the chest properly. I believe they've added a close button similar to the button you use to harvest milk from a cow, as well as getting minecarts and all that entire infrastructure built for different mechanics of the game. Let's see, what else? Items are no longer placed in the 3-dot slot. So I'm sure many of you noticed that on the bottom. In fact, my last video, I had a sword out, my sword was like on the slot with the 3 dots on the bottom right there for the inventory. It made no sense. It was the weirdest bug ever, but they fixed that as well, so that's great because a lot of people were kind of complaining about that. Like, that's a weird thing to have happen. Grass tiles now decay under other blocks, which means that if you had, for example, this block right there, that block. So if I had a grass block, because in real life, grass can't survive like this. What? I just clicked. Did I not just click the grass block? What block did I just choose? No, wrong one. So if I had grass right there, for example, that grass would not live, it would die. So now it decays properly. So eventually this block will become like that block. So that's nice because it's much more natural and realistic, ironically, for this game, but it is. The crafting signs now yield 3 units. So let's see, what's the next thing? Fixed mini artifacts on doors. You know, to be honest, I don't know exactly what that's referring to. I don't know if there was another issue with the doors. I was understood that they fixed some things earlier on in another version. It looks like there may have been something else. I don't know exactly what it is. The ender portal frame is now visible and held. So, in fact, I made a video a while ago, actually, and I held this block. And it wasn't in my hand. It was like I wasn't holding anything, but I could place them. But now it actually works properly, which looks really nice. Gives you much more solid feel to the creative mode of the game, because you cannot obtain these blocks in survival quite yet for Minecraft Pocket Edition. Of course, there is stronghold as well, though, so you can begin to work towards those things. All right, so now we're on tweaks. So lighting from torches is brighter and more PC-like. Finally, I have hated the torches in Pocket Edition. It has been disgusting. You know, it's been so low lit and everything, and I couldn't stand it. But now that there's caves, you know, having torches work well is kind of important, you know. You want to have nice, bright torches, the way that they're supposed to be lit up in PC. Pocket Edition has had issues with torches, I feel like, since the beginning, and it's really always bugged me. Right now, you can feel a little bit of lag when I place torches down. I'm sure they're still working out some of the bugs and glitches with the torch placement and other world generation type things, especially lighting. They've corrected so many things with that. I'm sure they're still working towards that. All right, so known bugs. Sometimes, it looks like these known bugs actually are the same ones I reported in my last video. So too many mobs spawning on the surface. Sometimes the chunks contain transparent blocks. So, for example, you'd see a tree and part of it would be like invisible. I'm sure many of you have seen these cases where you're walking around and you see transparent sectors. When starting up the game, it may hang for a couple of seconds before loading the world. That's the third one. That is the last one that they've noted as known bugs that you do not need to report because they are very well aware of the issues and are working towards fixing them. So, there you guys have it. That is the summary. In-depth summary. It's not really a summary. I did the whole thing of the Alpha Build 6. So, thanks guys for watching. I hope this was informative for you. Be sure to subscribe and see more Minecraft Pocket Edition videos in the future. So, I will see you guys later today with another video. And let me tell you what it's going to be. It's going to be a mineshaft seed showing you an abandoned mineshaft. So, be ready for that.